All made out of scrap steel I had laying around. Somebody stole some money from me, so I tried to build a safe. Everything's coming together pretty good. I got my holes in for these bolts here. They're made out of 3/4 inch steel stock. Actually, it was a go-kart axle or jack shaft for a go-kart. Cut in half. And this is made out of the same thing, just sitting inside of a pipe. It's the hinges. It's not perfect, but it works really good. It shuts. Haven't got my handle on the front of it yet because I haven't figured out how exactly I'm gonna do that yet. I want to make it to where you can't just cut the lock and get it off. I want to try to put like a shield or bracket around the actual hoop of the lock to where you can't get to it. But yeah, that's what I got so far. I've been kind of using these as a handle for now. But it's 90 degrees locked from unlocked. Roughly, it's close. It's locked, unlocked. Lost it. But yeah, I made this little gear here just out of some stock I had. I think it was 3/8. Then just rounded them off, drilled some holes in a piece of pipe, ran the pipe through there, and they just kind of move this bolt back and forth with holes drilled in the top of it. And let's see, let's get this light out, I'll show you. Yeah, see, it's got 3 holes in the top of it, and when you pull that back, then cogs catch it and move the whole slide, which I have a bolt as a stop so don't open too far, which won't really hurt anything, but I figured, you know, what's the point of having it open extra far when you don't need to. I got it to where it just goes as flush. It's pretty much flush in there, and then it just comes right out. It goes right in these holes. Get my hand out of the way. I need a cameraman. I drilled those holes with the Unibit right here. Come on, focus. I went all the way up to 13/16. Seemed to work pretty good. And then room for error. You can always use this to clean it up a little bit if you gotta. It's kind of tough going in and out. Just bump it with this, take it down. It'll work out. But yeah, I haven't put the back on it yet because I'm still kind of working on this. I just now finished it. Got it all working real well, and this little thin plate in the front's just to keep this bolt from coming out. And that's just some tent rods, you know, to stake your tent down, keep it from blowing away. Got my big dog over there. Got the charger. Duke, what's the problem? What's wrong with it, boy? Anyway, back to this. It's, I'm gonna leave the back off till I get everything else figured out. That came out really good. I'm proud of that. They almost are identical. And that's just by eyeball. I didn't even measure anything. I just took and when these bolts was out, I took a chalk stick, like a paint stick right here, and I slid it through there and just kind of spun it a little bit, and it made a mark on this, like painted it on there. And then I just kind of went in the center of my mark with the This thing, Unibit, drilled it out. My second hole was perfect. I didn't have to ream it out at all. My first one was just a little high, so I took the belly out of it. It's actually right there. Oh, it's low, but yeah, I took the high spot out right there to make it slide in better. It was a little tough, but I greased everything up real good, made it slide. Yeah, it works really well. You're not getting through this. It's probably bulletproof. The front's bulletproof, I'd say, up to 30-06. The sides probably won't take a 9, maybe a 22 Magnum, maybe. But then again, what's a little hole gonna help you with? And if you had a grinder, you could take a grinder maybe and cut it open. But you'd have to have a generator, because a battery, unless you had like 15 batteries, you could sit here and cut it open. But I'd hear it, I'd wake up and bring my 44 Magnum down and figure out what's going on. But anyway, I'm just trying to make a safe that nobody can get into, because I bought a safe from Myers, and my friend of mine took a speaker magnet and opened it. I was disappointed. So I took it upon myself to build one. Thanks for watching.